And a nice win for your team. Just your opening comments on the ball game and the way it transpired.
I think it was a hard game to come out to be ready for. It's a 2 o'clock game, before Christmas, and guys kind of want to get home and see their families. So I think coming out today, we had to keep an extra focus, and we know this team is good coming in the game. They kind of had a good game with Creighton. They beat Colorado lately, so I think it was a well-focused game we had to be prepared for.
Yeah, they had won 5 of their last 6 ball games. You allude to family, so we'll break away from the basketball talk for a moment. I know your family, they were in the Phoenix area. Here today, I would imagine that you were going to get down south a little bit and spend some time with your family over the next couple of days.
I'm definitely going to head back towards the Monterey Seaside area and see some family and some friends and take some time off and just enjoy life, enjoy the presence of being alive and enjoying the people around you.
How anxious were you to get back on the court today? You saw a lot of double team action down in Phoenix and didn't shoot it particularly well, but in your defense, you had a couple guys on you really in both those ball games. And as we know, not only has this USF team become the hunted, you have become the hunted, right? Hey, here comes a guy that's getting looks from NBA scouts, etc. You got a lot of double teams, struggled a bit. I'm sure you were anxious to have a bounce back game here today.
For sure. I think my trip in Arizona wasn't what the results I wanted. I think I had a bad weekend over there, but I think our team kind of picked up for the slack of what I had. And I think coming back, I just had to trust my work. I worked when I got back here over the nights and over the next couple of days, and I prepared for this game. And I think I just came out level-headed and poised and played the normal game I usually do.
I ask you sometimes about your teammates, the guys you play with. We've talked about Masalski a bit, but a guy that's come on, he's now healthy, Zane Meeks. He makes
Absolutely.
a big difference for your team, a stretch 4. We saw what he did in the game against Arizona State, going 5 for 6 from outside the arc. He hit a big late triple that gave you guys the lead down there in the Valley of the Sun.
Zane's a great player. He can shoot the lights out. Shoot the lights out at any gym. He's a great shooter. I think he's just getting his feet back under him. He had a little knee injury, but I think he's getting back to what he can do. And I think he has a sky high confidence. So he believes in any shot he takes or any shot that he sees he's going to take it because he knows he can shoot it. So I think Zane's a great ad for us, and he plays defense as well, and he hustles hard. So he's a great ad for our team.
I know you probably don't want to be in one-point ball games all the time, but those 2 games in Arizona, you lose by a point to Grand Canyon, bounce back and win by a point against Arizona State. You're probably going to have some games like that in West Coast Conference play that are going to come down to the wire. And being in those kind of games is probably a good thing to go through as a club. Would you agree?
I think being in those games early definitely kind of helps us out in the long run. We're going to have some games in conference where they're going to be tough games of wars, and winning by 1, 2, 3, whatever it is, close games. I think you got to be prepared for those. And the only way you can prepare for those is being in that experience. You can't just go into a game and think you're going to win by 1 or 2. So I think preparing for all those little things that matter in the end of the games.
How excited? Describe the jubilation after the win at Arizona State, because that's a nice win to win on the road to the Pac-12. You've made it very clear that a big reason you're back this year is you want to play in the NCAA tournament. This team has set that goal as a bar. That's been made very distinctly clear that you guys want to play in the tournament, and that kind of victory can help you when it comes around to Selection Sunday coming in March.
I think that win was huge for us. We came off a loss and we're going on a back-to-back days of games. So I think going into Arizona State on the road at a Pac-12 team and winning that game is definitely huge for not only for the tournament but for our confidence as well. I think coming off that loss and getting the win kind of brings us back to reality and brings us back to how we know we can play. So I think also going into that game, I knew we thought we could win. So I think pulling out that win just helps us that much more.
Jamaree, we appreciate the visit. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Happy Holidays.
Have a great 3 days, and we'll see you here next week for the Academy of Art.
It, Pat. Have a good one.
All right, that's Jamaree.